It got better.
We've focused less around what are we going to eat and what are we going to consume, and more about what are we going to go do. Kim and John Carlos are among thousands of Americans who credit Ozempic with changing their lives. They've lost a combined 170 pounds to date, but it comes at a cost, a very high one. In their case, a large insurance premium. We did a buy-up where we pay a lot of money for our insurance. And so what's been an issue for us is getting coverage pulled. That's why the couple drove more than 10 hours to the nation's capital this week to hear the CEO of Novo Nordisk, the Danish company behind weight loss drugs Ozempic and Wegovy, get grilled over the drug's high price tag.
Nobody here is asking Novo Nordisk to provide charity to the American people. Treat the American people the same way that you treat people all over the world. Stop ripping us off.
Every company deserves to make money. But at some point in time, you have to stop and you have to think what is reasonable and what makes sense.
Kim and John find themselves in an all too familiar scenario, needing the life-changing prescription for Ozempic, but on a roller coaster ride, figuring out how to pay for it.
Oh!
It's the drug that's taken America by storm, Ozempic. Just one of a class of drugs that also includes Mounjaro, originally meant to treat people with chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes, now used for weight loss and obesity.
There's cardiovascular benefits for patients. We see benefits with semaglutide in patients who have chronic kidney disease, in fatty liver disease.
The drugs have created a buzz on social media.
I am down a total of 122 pounds.
Total weight loss is 17 pounds in 16 weeks.
And in Hollywood, celebrities sounding off like Kelly Osbourne.
People hate on it because they want to do it.
Amy Schumer.
I know, everybody lying. Everyone's like, a smaller portion. Like, shut the up. You're on Ozempic.
But many users like Kim and John need to either fight to get the medication covered by insurance or risk paying massive out-of-pocket costs.
Since 2018, Novo Nordisk has made nearly $50 billion in sales off of these two drugs.
As it stands, Wegovy's list price is $1,349 per month. The very same drug, just $265 a month in Canada and $92 a month in the United Kingdom. But this week on Capitol Hill, the CEO told senators it's a lot more complicated than that.
80% of all Americans with insurance have access to these medicines at $25 or less for a month's supply. So it's a price point counter we have to talk about. We don't decide the price for patients. That's set by the insurance companies.
Pharmacy benefit managers, the PBMs, are really the middleman, and they're basically driving some of the costs because they also want to get a profit from the medication as well.
Senator Bernie Sanders led the hearing.
Do you see any momentum for bipartisan legislation on this?
Absolutely. And we are making progress.
And pointed to just how many people could be impacted by the ability to get this medication.
Hundreds of thousands of people in this country who desperately need this product will not be able to afford it.
Those costs aren't regulated in the U.S. like they are in other countries, where the government typically negotiates a drug's price.
Anything that can help patients get access, I'm supportive of.
After the hearing, Novo Nordisk's CEO wouldn't commit to lowering prices.
Do you have any plans to lower the price of these drugs in the United States?
But the company did release a statement saying, in part, unfortunately, the reality is that even when we reduce prices, as we have with both Ozempic and Wegovy, patients in the U.S. are left paying a price that does not reflect the reductions.
I felt like the language of our senators was very much centered around understanding that obesity is a disease. In terms of the CEO, I felt like his answers, oddly, were pretty forthcoming.
Kim has been on multiple medications over the past 2 years due to insurance requirements, but says she's had the most success on Ozempic.
So it wasn't just like my body was healing, my mind was healing, my everything. It just changed everything for me.
She started a podcast called Plus Sides.
Hey, Rosie.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to our little scrappy podcast.
To teach others about the benefits of these types of medications and share how their lives have changed.
You know, this is a miracle drug in the ability that it helps us not want to eat. It helps us recognize that we're full because that's how it's designed to do it.
Years ago, we went to Disney World and we were in so much pain. Our feet, our joints, our inflammation, everything was hurting so much. So we couldn't even enjoy the experience. But then this year, when we went to Florida, we went and swam with dolphins.
I'm just trying to.
32-year-old Caitlin Wade from Utah has also experienced the ups and downs of trying to get the weight loss medications at an affordable price. We first met her 2 years ago when she was just beginning her weight loss journey. She says she used to weigh more than 400 pounds.
I'd have moments where I'd sit and cry because it's hard. It's like it feels like a drug, like you just find yourself doing it and it's hard to stop.
Her doctor told her she was pre-diabetic, and her life, she says, had become unmanageable.
This food noise in my head would always be worried about the next meal. Like, is there going to be enough for me at a party or things like that?
Since then, Caitlin has been on multiple different medications, changing every few months depending on what her insurance will cover. At one point, she had to stop altogether.
I went completely off medication because my insurance at the time would not cover it in my state. And it was very costly. We're talking $1,300 a month for a box of medication. I finally got connected with the right doctor who really helped tell my story, to really go in deep into my labs and really help me fight with my insurance to see how amazing and life-changing this medication can be.
Now, after a long fight, she's back on Mounjaro and down a total of 135 pounds to date.
All I can say is keep fighting because it's worth it.
As for John and Kim, they're hoping to be able to stay on Ozempic, but they're not sure what the future holds.
Every month is different. Next month may be a month where, hey, we're out of pocket on this 100%. We don't know.
I feel like I got my life back. And I feel like I'm blessed to have this medicine every single day. And I just want everybody else that struggles to have it too. And I think they deserve that. You know, I really do.